Alright, today I'm going to show you how you can scrape unlimited leads from Google Maps using n8n. So first thing you're going to want to do is in your n8n account. If you don't have an account yet, just create an account. I think they have like a free trial, or you can actually download it, the open source version on your computer. Then you're going to go create workflow. In the description, the first link in the description, I put a file for the workflow, and you're going to want to import from file over here. Select the file from the description, and you're going to get this workflow over here. So the first thing we're going to want to do when we get this workflow is we're going to hook it all up to our accounts. As you can see, we use Google Sheets over here, and the second link in the description, you can download this template. Just go over here, make a copy so you can actually use it, and then we're going to connect our Google account here to n8n. You're going to want to go over here and add your new account. I already have my account, but you're just going to want to follow these instructions and connect your account. If you can't figure it out, I'll make a video on it. But one other thing you want to do here is you want to make sure you actually have selected the right sheet from the selection here, and this should correspond with the sheet. If you have your Google account set up, it will automatically show your sheet in the list, and then or the document in the list, and then the sheet is just always going to be sheet number 1, because that corresponds with the sheet over here in the bottom. So that's the first step. You want to have this Google account connected. For the rest of this, you can all leave it as is. This just writes to the fields in the template over here. And then another one we want to have set up is this execute workflow. You want to make sure that this points to this current workflow. So if this is my workflow, then you want to select this workflow, because then this will run this one. So this is when it executed by another workflow. Save that. And finally, we want to make sure for Google Maps, we actually use this website. You can just go over to this website and get 2,500 free queries without a credit card. I'm not affiliated with them in any means, but this is what I found to be like the cheapest and most reliable way to get results from Google. And yeah, if you want to buy credits, it's pretty affordable as well. You get 50,000 credits for $50, and we don't need that many credits because one search result actually, or one credit has many results. So it's like one search result for one entire page. And why we use this is because you get the data in a much clearer way, and you also get the name of the company with it and the phone number. So that's why we use this. It's still free, but it's just more reliable than using Google Maps. And if you try to scrape Google Maps directly, you're going to run into a lot of rate limiting issues, and Google doesn't like that. So it's better to just use a service like this, which is free to use and get better results and more reliably. So we just do the first page separately, and then the second, third, and fourth after that. If you want to scrape more pages, you can actually do that. For example, if you have less search queries, but you want to get all the companies in a certain area of a certain type, just add more pages here. Just add another one of these. Make sure you have the comma over there, and just make it page 5. The reason we do it this way is because we need to scrape the first page first, because it will give some information on the coordinates. And then we do the other pages. But you can scrape as many pages as you want over here. So to actually use this Google search scraper, what you want to do is first you want to select the generic credential type, then header auth, and then here you want to create a new credential. For the name, you want to use x-api-key, and here you want to put in the value your API key. You can give it a name over here, and once you save it, it will show up here. and the rest of it will just work. And you want to make sure you have that for both of these. That way they will work and they will be connected to the Google search scraper. Now I'll just show you the workflow. So we start here with a click to execute workflow. You don't have to understand this entire workflow, but I'm just going to run through it really quickly. This one has pinned data with your search queries. So what you want to do is you want to go into ChatGPT or write this out yourself, and you're gonna want to put in all the search queries for the locations of the leads and the business of the leads you want to look for. So you put the business first and then the location. That way it will work best. This is just going to loop over these items and start executing this workflow below. And this will scrape the first page of Google Maps, and this will do the second, third, and fourth. And this will just format the results. Then we scrape the website, and then we extract the emails from the scraped websites and we save it. Before you actually run this, you want to make sure you always save it. So let's just try this out. Just make sure you select the pointer over here, so it runs this one. Then click execute workflow. And as you can see, it inserted the workflow for the 10 queries in here. And then if you go to executions, you can actually see all of them running over here. We'll just wait a second until that's done. All right, perfect. So these are done. As you can see, it takes almost 3 minutes, but that's actually because it's going out and scraping the websites of these companies as well. So let's just go into one of these. As you can see, first it gets executed with the search query. It finds the first page. Then we scrape the second, third, and fourth pages. It formats all of these results so they're nicely in a nice format over here. And then it's going to go out and scrape the websites of all of these websites over here. It's going to extract the emails from the websites. You don't have to pay too much attention to this code, but if there is an email, it will show up here with the email. So as you can see, we have an email over here, and it will find the email on the web pages. And finally, it's going to save it to Google Sheet. And if we go back into the sheet over here, you can see we have a lot of leads here, and almost all of them have the phone number, because the phone number is actually directly in Google Maps in most cases. So you can just call these companies directly. And also, if you want to filter by only the ones we have the email for, just right click over here, create filter, then click over here, and you want to gonna uncheck blanks, and then it will just show the ones we have the email for. So we have around 700 in total, and if we look over here, we have around 250 emails. So around 700 leads in total with 250 emails. If you wanted to get more emails out of this, you could also use a more sophisticated scraping method where you actually go in and also visit the contact page, because this is just looking at the home page. Better way would be to use AI, but this is already getting quite a few results entirely for free, and this probably used around 250 credits, like I said, and you get around 250 emails. So you can probably get around 2,000 emails from this, and many, many more phone numbers. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you get a ton of leads out of this and a ton of business. If you want to see more of this kind of content, or if you want a deeper dive where we actually do some stuff with AI as well, then just let me know in the comments and we'll do that next time.